Advance will be recognized.
One man entered, sir, that's all.
One man. That's enough.
Shall I call it the reserve guard, sir?
You won't get very far. Put them on standby, then.
General alert. General alert. All personnel on standby.
Oh, the man's a fool. It's incredible.
I hardly saw him move, sir.
Put extra guards on the elevator. He mustn't reach the computer room.
Yes, sir. All guards to Section 8. Intruder is highly dangerous. Repeat, highly dangerous.
Faster! Faster! You're leaving it too late.
Seal all areas.
He's in the elevator now, sir.
All right, position the men. Tell them I'll join them there.
This is control. Seal all areas.
Seal all areas.
Hold your fire till I give the order.
Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Dead! Dead!
Craig Sterling and Richard Barrett, devisers of their own ways to test the qualities and skills that they have been given. Qualities and skills, both physical and mental, to the peak of human performance. Gifts given to them and to their colleague, Sharon McCready, by the unknown race of people from a lost city in Tibet. Qualities and skills of the dimensions of superhumans. Gifts that are a secret to be closely guarded. A secret that enables them to use their powers to their best advantage as champions of law, order, and justice. Operators of the International Agency of Nemesis.
Dr. Glynd?
Yes? Ah, you must be Tremaine.
Yes, thank you so much for seeing me.
Not at all. Thank you for agreeing to meet me here. Guest lecturing is only one of my time-consuming pastimes, I'm afraid.
Yes, I understand.
And I am hurrying to another appointment, so I hope you won't mind if I carry on here.
No, you go ahead.
I read the report you sent me, Tremaine.
Good, and what conclusions did you draw from it?
Only that the whole business was very far-fetched. The break-in at the research establishment was, I agree, extraordinary. However, I fail to see the connection between that and my past investigations.
Well, perhaps I can help you. According to the data compiled, the guards at the establishment
Are human. Tremaine, their statements were made sometime after the event took place. All you have in this report are exaggerations, overdevelopment, a highly dramatized account of what they thought they saw.
Oh, wait a minute, Doctor. There is something more than just eyewitness reports to go on. The establishment is fitted with a closed-circuit television system. A film was recorded.
Yes, and film can lie. The angle of the camera, the lighting, the speed of the shooting. If you want my opinion, it was the viewing of the film that influenced the statements of the witnesses and caused them to believe they saw something which in fact they hadn't.
You dismiss this business very lightly, Doctor.
Do I? Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. But my past work enables me to judge just what is and what is not possible.
I see. Then you want help.
Not won't. Cannot.
Naturally, I must accept your decision.
Tremaine, I assure you, this whole business is just one of those unexplained events. An isolated incident. If you want my advice, I suggest you drop the whole thing and push it back to whoever gave it to you.
No, I'm afraid I can't agree to that. You see, during an investigation, we explore every avenue and leave no stone unturned. Well, 1 minute after that film was taken, he had the mind of a child of 2. It took him all his time to put one foot in front of the other.
He was examined, I take it.
Yes, there was no trace of any drugs or, for that matter, any kind of stimulant or whatever.
Well, from the film, I'd say his reaction was as fast.
Yeah? Go on, Richard.
Well, he was fast.
Yeah, a man like that, it takes some stopping, wouldn't he?
Exactly. And if there were 10 men like him, no security establishment in the world would be safe. Well, it's going to be your job to find out who was controlling him.
That should be interesting.
Now, this is our only lead. It was found on him. Presumably, someone gave him orders through it.
Is this also a transmitter?
Yeah. Estimated range, 50 miles.
50 miles?
Well, I won't keep you. Good day, gentlemen. You can borrow that file. Everything you need to know is in it.
Or is it just the two of us on the assignment?
Oh, yes, I've already sent Miss McCready to England. On leave.
Leave? She didn't tell us anything.
Does she tell you all her plans?
Well, no, but...
Then why the question? Good day, gentlemen. Tremaine here. Look, I want a full report on Miss McCready when she arrives in England.
Yes, sir.
I'm expecting her to be met at the airport.
The Alderney Hotel, please.
Alderney Hotel, but she may not get there, so stay close.
think they know we're onto them.
From the department, Miss McCready. It's quite official, I assure you.
DI-6, Major Cranmore. Then you must know Captain Jameson.
We have no Captain Jameson, Miss McCready. Some other department, perhaps. Oh, I see. Yes, of course, we always try that one, don't we? We'd like to talk over a project with you.
Here?
Why not?
Well, what can I do for you, Major Cranmore?
Give us 48 hours of your time.
It's not mine to give.
We checked with Nemesis, and they informed us you have no immediate assignment. We therefore feel free to ask you to volunteer for an experiment.
I'd always thought the British intelligence disapproved of us.
Nonsense. A certain amount of rivalry, naturally, good for morale. But for this experiment, the team's been drawn from DI-5, DI-6, the CIA, and the French Sûreté.
Very impressive.
You'll be in good company, I assure you. If you do volunteer, complete secrecy must be maintained.
Why me?
You have certain qualities essential to the experiment. Our computers made the choice based on certain, well, incidents in past assignments of yours. Your file at Nemesis supports this conclusion.
Then why wasn't I briefed by Nemesis?
Because officially, they're not involved.
I wonder who is involved, officially.
I'll take you to the project. You'll be given a complete briefing.
I haven't agreed to volunteer yet.
But you will, won't you, Miss McCready? You will.
Wait here.
Come in here.
Renfrew here, sir. I'm afraid we've lost Miss McCready.
Oh, no. All right, goodbye.
Impressive?
Yes, very. What are they training for, the World Championship?
Oh, hardly. Part of the test. It's all being monitored.
Stop!
I'll introduce you. Looked a good game.
Reasonable.
Our latest volunteer. This is Marion Grant, detached from DI-6, Susan Francis, CIA, Paul Lang, DI-5, and Jean Giraud, French Sûreté. And this
is Sharon McCready of Nemesis.
ID number 506601. Degrees in medicine and biology.
Plays tennis, squash, golf, and mahjong.
Aren't you forgetting my fencing?
I only mentioned what you think you're good at.
Then perhaps you haven't had the latest information.
Take no notice of Marion. She's always trying to put people off. At the moment, we're experimenting with precognition. Telepathy comes later. That'll be interesting.
I'd better take you to Dr. Glind. He's in charge of the project.
There's no rush, Cranmore. Fencing, you said. I'm sure Miss McCready would like to know what she's getting into. Or would you rather sit this one out?
Ladies. I don't remember including a fencing display in the morning's activities.
Just a friendly bout, Doctor.
You're not here for games, Miss Grant. You had your orders, Cranmore. Why wasn't I informed of Miss McCready's arrival?
I was just on my way, sir.
There are certain medical formalities to be carried out. If you'd be so kind as to go with Cranmore.
How many times must I tell you? Keep to the schedules. Every word, every move, every breath is calculated. Deviate just once, and you risk everything.
Not much we can do for him, I'm afraid. It'll take us years to teach him to speak.
Any indication how it was caused?
Not yet. We're carrying out further tests, of course, but the difficulty is that so much of his brain is no longer functioning.
Yes, can I help you?
You have a security patient arrived last night?
Yes, but nobody's allowed to see him.
That's quite all right. I have full authority. Dr. Farley, isn't it? Second floor, I believe they said.
I'll telephone him.
It's all right. He's expecting me.
Well, that's about all I can tell you. We did some encephalograph readings this morning. Brain patterns.
Do you have the results?
Well, the report should be ready on that. We'll go down to the lab, shall we?
He had an identity card. It said he was from intelligence. He seemed so sure of himself.
Are you certain of his name?
Cranmore. Yes, quite certain.
Thank you, nurse. Well?
It could be checked, but I doubt if it was tell us anything.
Why kill him? A man like that's never going to recover anyway.
They may not have known that.
Well, they knew where he was. They even knew your name, Doctor. No, he must have been a danger to them somehow.
You saw the results of the tests. Practically no mental awareness at all. It would have taken months to plot the extent of the breakdown, let alone find the cause.
Doctor, is there anything you can tell us about his behavior pattern during the tests, maybe?
No, nothing. Wait. When we put him under the encephalograph, he was afraid.
He shouldn't have been. In his condition, the machine would have meant nothing to him.
Unless he'd seen one before.
But it's a perfectly harmless machine.
Yes, but in the wrong hands, it could be extremely dangerous.
Look up, please. That's right. You have remarkable vision, Miss McCready. Yes, I believe I have. Your arm, please. What's that? A syringe. We require a blood sample for tests.
But I've already had tests. You can get the results from Nemesis.
We prefer to do our own.
And how are we progressing?
I thought we were investigating the mind, Doctor.
So we are. But the tests are somewhat vigorous, and we want to be quite sure you're in excellent physical condition.
Put your head back. It's nothing to worry about. This only takes a moment. Just relax. I said relax, Miss. Breathe in, breathe out, hold your breath. Don't tell me you've never seen an X-ray unit before. She seems fit enough, Dr. Blind. Exactly as we expected, in fact. Of course, I'll confirm later when I've had the blood and X-ray reports.
Excellent. Well, you've been very patient, my dear.
I had no choice. I think you owe me some kind of an explanation, Dr. Blind.
Of course. My office is through here.
And then I'd like to speak to Nemesis.
I'm sorry. I thought the position had been explained to you. This is a secret establishment.
But so is Nemesis.
They are aware that you have accepted our offer. No other communication is necessary.
In other words, you won't allow it.
While you're here, no. The project is too important. Sit down, my dear. You've met our team, seen them in action. You must have some idea what we're attempting to do.
I'd prefer you to tell me.
The purpose of this experiment is to find ways of speeding up the human reflex.
Artificially?
Well, we've tried most of the stimulants, of course, but without success. However, we found that certain agents operating in the field had highly developed sixth sense, a sort of nose for danger, if you like. We chose 4 of those people and subjected them to 3 months of intensive training. We have found a way of developing that sixth sense.
Why all the secrecy, Doctor?
Because the 4 people you met today are the most advanced human beings on Earth.
Because they're fast?
Miss McCready, when people move and react at incredible speeds, it is no longer possible for the normal senses to cope. The mind must make use of shortcuts, forms of telepathy, clairvoyance, extrasensory perception. You should realize that.
Should I?
The 4 people outside are not the only ones with powers, it seems. We're not fools, my dear. We have sufficient information on your work with Nemesis to realize that you have certain of these talents yourself. The question is, how did you get them?
Martha's.
Right.
That's not a question I can answer, Doctor.
Oh, then who can?
She is lying. She must be.
Not according to this.
He's being too careful.
Miss McCready, our work here is vital. You must know that the Eastern powers have been working on extrasensory perception for years. Now, for all I know, your talents could be superior to those we have developed here. You must help us.
But I've already agreed to.
Then please begin by telling me how they were developed.
I'm sorry, I can't.
You mean I must ask Nemesis?
Nemesis can't tell you anything either.
As you wish. Your caution will not affect the experiment.
Which is?
A test, my dear. Your talents against theirs.
And if I refuse?
You won't. Because you want to find out the answer as much as I do.
I don't understand it. She can't know we're monitoring her.
Wouldn't make any difference anyway. You can't fool this. You've got to face it, Doctor. She's telling the truth. She doesn't know.
If she doesn't, then we've got nothing to worry about.
This isn't getting us anywhere.
Well, it's got to be in this area somewhere.
If the range of the transmitter was 50 miles, it could be 100, it could be 200.
No, the man was unstable. He'd never risked long distances.
I wish Sharon would contact us.
Sharon?
Now, what did I say that for? She's on leave, isn't she?
Yeah.
I just had the strongest feeling she's mixed up in this business somehow. That's strange.
There's another village further down the road.
All right, come on, at least we'll be able to get a drink.
What are you going to have?
Scotch on the rocks.
You'll have a half a bitter and like it.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
2 halves a bitter, please.
Coming right up.
Now, let me.
No.
Okay.
Hey, this place is loaded with suspicious characters.
2 bitters, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're looking for a friend of ours. He's working around here somewhere. We seem to have lost his address.
No, I can't say I've seen him. What's his name?
Wilson, Jack Wilson.
Afraid I don't know him, sir.
He's been working in a nursing home, fitting a lot of electrical equipment. Psychiatric place, I think they said.
Wilson, did you say? Well, I seem to know the face. Did I hear you mention psychiatry?
Yes, some sort of private nursing home.
It sounds like Beeston Lodge, a couple of miles down the road. They're pretty fussy about visitors, though.
You've been there?
Oh, I passed it once or twice. I did see them moving some electrical stuff in there about a couple of months ago. They don't seem to have many patients. Well, we'll go and have a look.
Yes, why not? We've got half an hour to spare.
And your change.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
I haven't heard you mention that place before, sir.
Hmm? Haven't I? Mind if I use your phone?
Oh, by all means. Ah.
Thanks. 29, please. Sterling and Barrett. They're on their way up. Same again, please, Arthur.
Certainly, sir.
Richard.
Sharon? Are you all right?
It's fine.
How long have you been on this case?
I wasn't aware I was on a case. Tremaine sent me on leave, and I mean sent. I was ordered to go.
Then he knew something.
I'm beginning to think so.
What have you got? Sharon's in there. Look.
I was approached by this phony character at London Airport, and I was intrigued enough to do what he said. And what's more, I think that was his plan. He knew I would be. Someone's coming. Come in.
We're ready. Dr. Klein doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Then you better hurry, Marion. It wouldn't do for you to be late.
I hear you're going to join us, Sharon.
I'm going to try.
Ah, I'm defeated already.
Sharon, yours? Thank you.
There'll be plenty of time for that. Now, this first series of tests is to determine coordination and reflexes. Miss McCready, at this stage, you will operate as one of the team. I'll give you a signal when I wish you all to begin.
Begin what?
Oh, just games. We have to humor the old boy sometimes. Don't worry, we'll treat you gently.
Speak for yourself. You'll need this. Some of us get a bit enthusiastic.
Come on, Doctor.
To you, Paul. Just a friendly game, eh?
Sharon, we're at the window. What have you found out so far?
Not much.
What do they know about you?
Everything.
Your fellow players seem to be giving a pretty good account of themselves.
Sharon, you stay put. We're going to check with Tremaine, see what he's up to.
When will you be back?
Tonight. Late, I should think.
Let's go.
Reaction time?
One 3000, an angle of receiving 1.4 degrees out, but she corrected in time.
Subject normal. She isn't even breathing hard. I want to study this test later, in slow motion, right, son?
Yes, thank you. I'll tell him. Sterling and Barrett are leaving the grounds now.
Excellent. We can assume they found what they were looking for.
I think so.
How ingenious they are. Are you ready for another reading? Yes, sir, I'm ready. Faster, please. Especially you, Miss McCready.
Her reactions are slowing. Good. Good.
Analysis coming through now. She's fast, all right. Very fast.
Stop. Thank you, everyone. That will be all for the moment. Please assemble in room 4 in 1 hour.
Miss McCready is a remarkable woman, but not quite remarkable enough.
If Sharon was on this assignment, we should have been told.
On leave. What were you trying to pull? We had to find out sooner or later.
I did not know that she was on the same assignment.
Oh, really? You can't expect us to believe that. Sir?
You can believe what you like, but what I've said happens to be true. Now listen. About a fortnight ago, we discovered that Sharon was being followed. It was very skillfully done, and we learned nothing from watching them. Well, to me, at the time, the solution seemed to be a spot of leave in England.
So they could move in?
Yes, so they could move in. I had men at the airport, and they confirmed that she was indeed met and left in a taxi. But unfortunately, my men lost her soon after.
But you told her nothing.
Well, what could I tell her? I knew nothing. Besides, if I had warned her, it might have been apparent. It might have counted against her when she was picked up. It might have put her in danger.
Danger? She's in danger now. She's mixed up with the same bunch we're after.
Yeah. Which brings us to a very intriguing point. This case is concerned with, oh, well, for want of a better word, super beings.
It's a good word.
Why should Sharon have attracted their attention? Hmm?
No idea.
None, sir.
You know, there are times when I think I've been in this job too long.
All right, what happens now, sir? Do we go and pull her out?
From now on, the decisions rest entirely with you two. You'll leave immediately, of course, but for heaven's sake, use extreme care. There are elements in this case I don't like. I don't like them at all.
Elements?
Well, so far, they always seem to have been one step ahead of us. It's almost as if we are being directed into something.
$26.
Why don't you try? Roulette never was my game.
Oh, you really ought to try. We find it very good practice.
The odds against 3 correct calls in a row, quite fantastic.
Not in Monte Carlo. It happens all the time.
Your attention, please. You've been playing now for exactly 30 minutes.
Why exactly, Doctor?
Why?
Well, why are you always so specific about time?
When dealing in microseconds, Miss McCready, one has to be specific. It is time that you rested. You will be on call again tomorrow from 7:30 a.m.
Exactly. Good night, Doctor.
That was Cranmore doing his rounds. Shall I call him off?
No. She'll expect guards if they find her. Cranmore's going to wake up with a nasty headache.
She's getting closer.
Come in, Miss Macready. We've been waiting for you.
You okay? Yeah, thanks. I'll tell you one thing. Our timing is all wrong.
Yes, my dear. We're no longer concerned with keeping up appearances.
I'm glad. I was beginning to find your little charade rather boring.
These powers of yours, how did you get them?
I don't know. Haven't you any faith in your own equipment, Doctor?
No matter. My interest was purely academic.
You can't tell me you went to all this trouble for purely academic reasons.
True. The reasons for our little experiment are, I imagine, on their way here. They will come to find you.
They?
Surely you didn't think we believed you were the only Nemesis agent with extra talents? We know all about Craig Sterling and Richard Barrett.
You'll learn nothing from them.
Learn? My dear Miss Macready, we already have all the information we require. Every test you took, every move you made, even the way you pretended to believe our little subterfuge, all here. All catalogued, analyzed, and filed in these computers.
If you knew that I didn't believe,
Go on, my dear. Work it out.
then you knew that Nemesis were investigating you.
More than that, we intended that they should. Why do you think I arranged that little business at the research center?
Then the whole thing is an elaborate trick.
And the art of the good conjurer is to keep the attention of his victim occupied.
The only thing your people have is speed.
Superhuman speed, with strength and IQ to match. Almost unique.
Almost unique. So that's it.
Yes, my dear. That is indeed it. The only people who could stand up, who could jeopardize whatever I wanted to do in the future, who could endanger my creations, are Craig Sterling, Richard Barrett, and Sharon Macready.
And the experiment?
To give all the facts to the computer. And then from those facts, let it devise a way, a perfect way, of killing you all. This way.
They're in the grounds now?
Over by the west wall.
Good. You'd better start the final process.
What about these figures? If I use this much power, our people will burn out in a quarter of an hour.
They'll need only 5 minutes to accomplish their task.
It's a good team.
We can train others.
We wouldn't need this much speed if we gave them guns.
The computer chose the weapons and the method. It's too late to change it now. Go with her. Make sure she follows instructions.
You sure they'll obey your orders, Doctor?
They can do nothing else, Miss McCready. Whoever they were, they are now completely under my control.
Do they know that 15 minutes later they'll be mindless?
No, but you won't even be that, Miss McCready.
I know a lot more than you think, Doctor. I know that you adapted the encephalograph to boost the electrical energy in the brain, but I also know that it doesn't last, that your computers have miscalculated badly.
Nonsense.
Its calculations are based upon my reflexes, plus speed and the element of surprise. Suppose your computers haven't had all the necessary information. What if I do know how I got my powers? And what if those powers have enabled me to fool your machines? Suppose Barrett and Sterling are not surprised.
I'm getting interference from the main hall. Contact Daniels. Subjects have made entry.
Right. I'm ready now. Three Gs. There must be no deviations. These are your weapons.
Rigged for sound and vision.
How is it?
Perfect. Every move is perfect. It's taking too long.
Paul's dead. I might be able to even things up.
All right. But keep out of their way.
How is it?
It could be worse. It'll slow me up, I guess.
That's the whole idea. Round 2 coming up.
I reckon we've got the edge.
Yeah, I would like to bet on it.
Don't wait! One move. The slightest move.
You can't win, Doctor.
Can't I? One wounded, the other exhausted. It's too easy.
There isn't time. You know your team is due to collapse any minute.
5 minutes is time enough.
They knew you destroyed their minds. They'd be hunting you, Dr. Blind.
But they don't know. And by the time they find out, it'll be too late.
Condemn them all to a living death.
They're all volunteers, my dear. Just the same as you.
Doctor, the microphone's open.
I was lying to her, giving you time. Get back! Go on, get back!
Falling down, my fair lady. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
It's all over, Craig.
Sure. It's all over.